All right, and we're back for the next part of implementing the scrolling system. But the first thing, of course, that we need to address was what exactly went wrongly in the last video at the very end.
It was all lag. I typed all the stuff in and the lag didn't update your side.
I gotcha. Fair enough.
So that was all that. Now, actually, the problem was twofold. One is when I go, oh yeah, vector 2s have floats, so I don't need to cast to an integer. There was a very specific reason why I was casting to an integer, because I want to truncate this to whole integer values. I don't want to keep track of fractional positions. So when we go from patch to patch, I want this to go from 0 to 1 to 2 to 3 and not to 0.1 to 0.2, etc.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to cast that to an integer. And that was the first of two problems. That one was easy to catch with a simple debug and see what the numbers were coming out. So we found that and go, okay, everything's great. So it's all fixed. Then we found out it wasn't really. Part of the other problem that we had is back here in our constructor when I was taking the position and just assigning it to offset. The problem with doing that is this position is a vector 3 and this offset is a vector 2. When you do that, it takes the x position of this vector 3 and assigns it to the x position of this offset, and then takes the y here and assigns it, or the y here and assigns it to the y there. We don't care about this y. We want the z. The z is just getting thrown away. So what we're getting was wrong information. So we need to manually construct the vector 2. So we're going to create a new vector 2. We're going to tell it to assign position x to the x and position z to the y. And that will get us the information that we need. So now I just need to fix my typos wherever they may be. And somehow I had managed to get an extra bracket in here. I blame it on lag. All right, let's
Okay.
see if that works.
Alrighty, so jumping back over into Unity, and I'll go ahead and I don't want to dock it. I don't want to dock it. No, no, no. There. Ugh. And we'll actually shrink it up too. Thank you. All right, here we go. Play. Do 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 do.
Yeah, we're building some more patches, and we're also
Okay.
recording and streaming,
Oh
and
yeah, it's stressful on the poor
yes, it's
system.
yeah.
So right here, going to begin running this direction, and we're looking for back here to disappear after we get what, 2 full units in this direction?
No, just
Or
should be just a single unit away, 2 units from your
yeah,
position to the
that's
back. Everything should go away,
yep.
and you're running in the Z4 direction, so the row farthest away from the camera or towards the top of the screen to
You'll
your
see
left.
my
Go.
mouse is actually sitting back here on the end that's about to get pulled away.
Is it okay? It's on the forward side. It should be the back row, at least where I see it. But oh, I don't see your mouse
Oh, you
button.
just moved my mouse. That's cheating.
See, it's in the wrong
Yep,
this row right here.
that's the one. That's where my mouse was, Lee.
Well, the mouse on my side was pointed on the game window. I was like,
Hang on, here it
oh, that's right.
comes. Just about there. Boom. All right, so there's the first one gone. Let's get another unit. Do, 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 do,
See,
do.
that's the good thing about having notes. The bad thing is you actually have to follow them for things to work, right?
And here we come. Boom. Now let's go ahead and turn to the right and see if we can start getting rid of back over here. So we'll run straight down that guy right there. Let me get my mouse back up here. And we want to get rid of this row right here. Okay, there's half the unit, or half the patch, if you will. Here it comes. Boom. And let's go and verify with one more being removed. Yeah, poor computer. Surprised it's not smoking.
We'll wait until we start doing height stuff with it.
Yeah, I
Oh,
know.
it must be 5 o'clock in the morning. My dog's waking up.
Uh-oh.
So if you hear barking,
Boom. There we go. Awesome. All right, Lee. It's looking pretty good.
all right, so we
So,
fixed that problem.
so now we need to get some new patches created so that we don't just run off the world.
Nah, we don't need new patches.
Very small world, Lee.
We don't need no stinking patches. All right, so you want new patches then, eh? All
Yeah,
right.
it'd be a good idea.
Well, we put the methods in. They just don't do anything yet. So that would be these four guys right here, all of our scroll patches.
Okay.
So what do we need to do? Well, we're already checking to make sure that our handle patch update is verifying that our patches, where did I put it? We're not running this unless patches already exist. So all we have to do is verify. Well, actually, we don't have to verify anything because we're already verifying whether or not we've gone the necessary distance. So we're just going to go to the right direction and add a new row right there. So to do that, we just need to run a for loop. So we'll go for, and I hit tab. Does that not work on yours?
It should, but oh,
Oh,
there you go.
lag.
Gotcha.
Lag's getting me again. So x equals not 0 in this case. We need to go to tile side count. So just like before when we were creating a row, we want to go from negative tile side count to positive tile side count. And we need to make sure it is less than or equals to. Now inside of here, we need to do a little bit of calculation. This is going to give us our x. We need to determine what z should be. So we're going to create a var z, and we're going to get our current patch location. No, not cached index. I don't want to type it all. Come on, IntelliSense, don't fail me. And then we're going to subtract our tile size side count from that. That's going to figure out how far in the Z that we need to add our next row. So from there, we just create new terrain patches. Do new vector 3. We're going to give it x plus our current location. Wow. It's lag's fault. It's not my fault. All right. So we're going to take our x value here, but we also have to increment it or add our current patch x. So we make sure that we're adding a row one ahead of where we are. So then we go 0 for altitude, obviously, and then our z. We close that off. So once again, what we're doing is we're incrementing from x. So we're going to go from, let's say, in this case, our upper left across to our upper right based on our current position x. So if our current position x is, let's say, 10, and our tile count is 2, then what we're doing is we're getting an x that would be 8 through 12.
Mm-hmm.
So we're making sure that row is being constructed directly in line with where our character is standing. So if we didn't do this, what would happen is you would move, the new row would be created at the right Z position based off of this calculation, but it would be centered over the 0 in X. So it would be shifted to the left or right depending on where the character was. So we have to compensate by shifting. That's what that does. Now, the cool thing is to move down, it's pretty much the same thing. The only difference is instead of taking our Z and subtracting tile size count, we add to it. And then we can scroll left. Left is a little bit different. So let's go and change this to Z just to keep things organized. And we'll change this to X. So now we're scrolling to the left. So instead of a negative, we're going to use a positive here. And we don't need to offset the X, but we need to offset the Z. Again, for the same reasons, we want to make sure that the new row that we're creating along the Z axis is aligned with our character's position. So we need to set that to be Z. Let me copy this again.
And do you want that X, you want it to use the current patch location Y?
No,
Okay.
I want to change that to X. I was testing you.
And current, yeah. There you
I was working on it. Lag.
go.
That's
Okay.
how that one really was. I had already changed it. You're just wait for it. So, all right. Now this one is going to be the reverse here again. So we're going to subtract tile size from that one, or tile size count from that one. So that should give us all 4 of them. So if we build it, make sure there's no errors, you should be able to run it now.
All right.
So if everything works, in addition to rows disappearing, you should get a row in front of you.
Well, let's find out. So I will start off just running forward like last time so that we remove behind us but add in front of us. Here it comes. Am I right in here?
And it didn't add.
No.
Interesting. Why did it not add? So nothing that way either. If you hang left or right.
Doo-doo-doo. Huh, that's interesting.
So things are getting added. So
Hang on, I gotta run one more.
just because.
Just because. You guys gonna build another one. Here it comes. Almost there. 3, 2, 1. Boom! Ta-da!
All right, so that means I've gotten the order messed up somehow.
Ta-da! There we go.
All right, so let's figure out what's going on. First off, let's check these and make sure they match my notes. All right, y is greater than less. Yeah. Is less than y. Yep. That one's right. That one's right. So that part looks correct. So that one looks right. And hold on a sec. I was looking. I see what I did. I can't read my notes right. That one's plus. That one's minus. That one's plus. Or sorry, this one is plus. This one's minus. So scroll left and right seem to be correct. My up and down were reversed. And you happen to run up and down first.
True.
So one last look. Signage is very important. So looks right, looks right. All right, let's build that out again.
All right.
And hold on, before you run that,
Mm-hmm.
let's
Back
go
over.
ahead. Yeah. Okay, go ahead and run that.
Okay.
There's no point in having you run 3 miles.
I appreciate it. We.
Might want to zoom in again. But it's easy to change the size of the world this way.
Yeah, this is true.
This is the iPhone version.
Shung! Yay! All right. And then let's. How about we go leftly?
Yeah, okay. We'll definitely want to check all 4
I know.
directions.
I know. Hmm. Hmm. No!
You
Fail!
had to run off, didn't you?
Yes, I did. All right. Ta-da!
All right, so what did you do this time?
I didn't break it. I just had this sneaky suspicion that if I went left or right, it would break things.
Yeah, in other words, you saw something that I'm missing, so... Oh, wrong way. What did I miss? What did I miss? All right, those are both Y's, so that's right. That's X, that's X. For some reason, I'm missing it.
Well, just so you don't want to start choking me, I didn't see what it was. I just wanted to go left.
All right, so... Yeah, that all looks right. But right works, because we've tested that one. Jump back in, test all 4 directions, please.
Mm-hmm.
Well, except left. I know left doesn't work. I want to make sure right is working. I want to just verify that what directions are working, what ones aren't.
I'm just going to start right out by going to the right. Nope, we didn't. So left and right. Now I'll go ahead and let. There we go.
Go, yeah,
Now,
go back
yeah.
up. Whoa, right just popped in. I'm getting weird lag stuff. So what are you seeing?
Um, Definitely have some sort of interesting problem with your left and your right. Going up and down gets has some interesting adjustments being put into it based off of us running left and right. So if you won't, because I know this is challenging to do with the lag, we can
Yeah.
go ahead and just do a cleanup video in the next one and hunt for it off screen. And with that, that'll just go ahead and bring this video to a close. Thanks a lot, everyone.